Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be. This is a story of what if. It turned out that Biden won the election in 2024. He countered Mr. Trump and Mr. Kennedy as a third party candidate, but he ended up winning by a fairly good margin. Well, he went to these galas they have afterwards and smiled and seemed all right. He went to the ceremony to be sworn in. Very good when he took the oath, said every word right, smiled, and was obviously happy for his accomplishments. That night, he went to bed, and sadly, he had a heart attack and died. Mr. Biden may not be my most favorite person, but I don't wish to see anybody pass away. Well, Pamela Harris became the president, and she was duly sworn in as the president. There's a little fishing village up in Alaska that's, well, not a stone throw, but a fairly close distance from Russia. This little village had approximately 2,000 people, and its main source of income was fishing, and oddly or unusually, it had a number of people who were making little Indian crafts and selling them on YouTube and other places. And that was the way this town supported itself. It had a mayor, and it had one police officer who was actually a part-time worker, but he was on call 24 hours a day. And they had a voluntary police fire department. Well, right after Pamela Harris became president, Russia sent in 1,000 soldiers, Russian soldiers, into this little village, town. And they shot the mayor, shot the one policeman, and then issued proclamations that everybody was to turn in their televisions, internets, computers, phones, any electronic devices. And if they failed to do that within 5 days, they would have the consequences that the mayor had. And if the Russians found that they hid some of these devices, they would be treated just as the mayor. The Russians issued all kinds of other proclamations. Well, obviously, this information became known to everybody in the world, including Pamela Harris. Well, she, after a day or two, did nothing, and then they kept clamoring for her to do something. So finally, she had a press conference. No questions, but she was going to make a statement. She says, I have looked at the maps of the United States, all 49 states of it, and I find that this little village on the very tip of Alaska has 2,000 people in it. We have 300 billion, I think it's millions, is it? Yeah, somebody told her millions people in the United States. And this little town really, it's a very small fraction of the United States. And Putin said to me that he's going to cancel his threat of nuclear bombs as long as we don't do anything. And he won't do any more advancing. Well, I believe the man. He's always been truthful. And so we're not going to do anything, and we'll enjoy Putin being there. We won't have any problems. And so that's what my decision would be. Thank you very much. Goodbye.